And Jake, as you just said a moment ago, the Longhorns do need a bounce-back matchup, and I think we're going to see it right here in Houston inside at NRG Stadium. Earlier this week, Longhorns head coach Tom Herman talked to us about his players putting last week's loss behind them, and he had some really inspirational words for them as they move forward after defeat.
Only failed once you stop learning from your mistakes and improving. You know, that's when you're a failure. Making mistakes is part of life, and it's part of growing. It's part of, you know, you got to use mistakes as feedback and get criticism from the experts, which are your coaches, and then apply that feedback and criticism and then improve.
So taking the feedback and then going to improve. That's what they're hoping the entire team does. Now, one player on the team who has definitely done that over the years, wide receiver Devin Duvernay. He's an early candidate for Player of the Year behind Sam Ehlinger on this team, of course. But he's looked great so far. And you told me that the players had a lot of good things to say about Devin earlier this week.
Yeah, well, take a few things into consideration here. Devin is not this team's top wideout, I guess, from a pro prospect sense, but he's been every bit their top wideout so far this season. His 21 catches going into week 2 of the year, well, that's been the second most in the country, so he's been heavily targeted. He says that the Texas offense really likes to target the slot, and he's reaped those rewards. So not only has he put up the stats, but his teammates also rave about his competitiveness. This guy is just a freak competitor. He wants to win at everything he does. Earlier this week, we had a chance to talk with both him and Colin Johnson and just kind of put that competitiveness in perspective. Apparently, there was a trash basketball game that Duvernay lost. Oh. He didn't talk to Colin Johnson or the rest of the wideout group for the rest of the week. Give it a listen.
That is the most competitive guy I've ever been around in my life. We play like trash basketball, so we play basketball with a little trash can. And my team went and we beat Devin's team the first time, and Devin did not like say a word for the rest of the walkthrough because he's that competitive.
I just feel like I've been like that way my whole life. I just, want to win everything. If they're keeping score or people are watching, I want to win.
All right, guys, so this is Texas's first road game. We talked about it earlier this season. They're playing where the Houston Texans play their home games. I mean, that is super exciting. And I know the Longhorns have played in NFL stadiums before, but you guys actually had a chance to talk with Sam Ehlinger about playing there in Houston. How did that go?
You know, it went well, and Jake and I and our digital producer Paul made the quick trip from Austin to Houston earlier today. The drive wasn't that bad, right?
Not bad at all, no.
I expect a ton of Longhorn fans to come down here and watch this game. As you said, Emily, it is inside of a pro stadium. That's a fun fan experience and a fun player experience, as Sam Ehlinger told us earlier this week.
I love NRG Stadium. Anytime I get to play and we get to play in professional stadiums, it's an honor, because they're extremely nice, fun atmosphere, so I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it, and we are looking forward to seeing that game. Jake, Paul, and I will be here on the field, and we'll, of course, be keeping you updated via social media. Jake, you already told us a little bit about your prediction. Do you remember the score you predicted on our website?
I do, actually. It was 42-14, but I stepped foot inside NRG, and I kind of want to make it even more of a blowout. Oh, wow. Just have a feeling here that Ehlinger, having played in the stadium before, is going to go off today. Yeah,
I think I predicted 42-9, so the spread a little further on mine, and I kind of want to go back and amend that a little bit too. Maybe it's 48-9. One little caveat that I put on my prediction, I expect UT to score a touchdown on either defense or special teams in this one. So we'll just have to wait and see. For Jake, I'm Jeff. We'll send it back to you in the studio, Emily.
I definitely want to change my prediction too, because when Paul asked me, I had just woken up and I said 42-15. Don't know why I said 15, but that was my prediction. But hey, I'm 2-0 so far. I'm winning, so it's fine. So thank you guys so much. We will hear more from Jeff and Jake tonight during our 10 o'clock newscast. And as always, we will have your highlights, final score, and more. Now, to keep up with the game as it's happening, make sure you're following all of us on Twitter. Jeff at Jeff Jones Sports, me at Emily John Greco, and Jake at Jake_M_Garcia. See you guys tonight.